To get my back blown out in peace. You think I got time to talk about a divorce that's a year old?
It started with a video that was only up for 10 seconds. Just 10 seconds. That's all it took for the internet to catch fire, for rumors to start flying, and for people to start questioning everything they thought they knew about Teyana Taylor, her estranged husband Iman Shumpert, and someone from her own family, her cousin. The video wasn't even that wild on the surface. It was posted casually in a story, probably without much thought, or maybe with too much. It showed Iman and Teyana's cousin sitting close together on a couch. Music playing. Some laughter in the background. But something about it just felt off. You could see it in the way Iman smiled, in how her cousin leaned in how familiar they seemed. Not friendly, not distant, just too comfortable. And then the story disappeared.
Gone.
Deleted within minutes. But the internet had already seen it. People screen recorded it instantly.
Zoomed in.
Rewatched it over and over again. Frame by frame. Looking for clues. Trying to make sense of what they just saw. Because for a lot of people, it wasn't just a video. It was betrayal. Not just of Teyana, but of everything we thought about their breakup, their relationship, and their family. It didn't take long for the rumors to explode. Twitter, TikTok, Reddit. Everywhere you looked, people were asking the same thing. What was Iman doing with Teyana's cousin? And why did it feel so secretive? So sneaky? Was it innocent? Or was something going on behind the scenes that no one was supposed to see? At first, some people tried to calm the storm. They said it could have been nothing. Iman and the cousin have known each other for years. She's been around the family forever. Maybe they were just hanging out. Maybe it was a family gathering. Maybe we were all overreacting. But then the details started stacking up. The way she touched his arm. The smirk on his face. The body language. It didn't look like a family reunion. It looked like two people who had gotten real comfortable real fast. And then there was the biggest red flag of all. Teyana's silence. She didn't post anything after the video dropped. No clarification. No denial. Not even a joke to defuse the drama. Just silence. Like she had seen it too, and didn't know what to say. And when she finally did post again, it wasn't about the video. It was a quote. No caption, no name. Just white text on a black screen. It said, "Loyalty hits different when you realize who faked it best." That's it. That was all she gave us. But honestly, that was enough. Because that one sentence said more than any tweet or press release ever could. It wasn't just about betrayal. It was about feeling like you trusted someone who was smiling in your face while doing something behind your back. Fans immediately started connecting the dots. Some said this wasn't just a mistake, it was a pattern. That Teyana and her cousin have had issues in the past. That there's always been tension, weird energy. That during holidays or family trips, things would get awkward. And now, suddenly, Iman is showing up in a video, cozy with that same cousin? It didn't sit right with anyone. People even went back to old posts and found more hints. Moments that now looked suspicious. Pictures where Iman and the cousin were standing a little too close. Comments under posts that once seemed harmless, but now felt flirty. One fan pulled up a picture from a year ago and zoomed in on Iman's hand resting on her cousin's lower back. At the time, no one noticed. But now? It looked different. It looked intimate. But it didn't stop there. Someone claimed to have screenshots of a DM Teyana allegedly sent to her cousin last year, warning her to stay in her place. No one could confirm if it was real, but it didn't matter. The damage was already done. The story had already taken off. And people were starting to believe that this wasn't new. That something between Iman and the cousin had been simmering for a while. And if that's true, then the fallout is way bigger than just a messy video. It's a full-blown family scandal. Because it's one thing to have a breakup. It's another to have your estranged husband possibly sneaking around with your own blood. Someone you grew up with. Someone who's been in your house. Around your kids. Your inner circle. That's not just betrayal. That's war. And what made it even worse? Iman didn't say a word. No post. No statement. Not even a denial through a friend or a publicist. Just radio silence. And that silence was louder than anything he could have said. Because if it really was innocent, why not speak up? Why not clear the air? Some fans started speculating that the video wasn't an accident, that the cousin knew exactly what she was doing, that it was a subtle jab at Teyana, a quiet way to flex power, to say, look who's still here. Others think the cousin had no idea how bad it would blow up, that she thought it would be seen as innocent, that she didn't expect people to react this way. But again, the body language in that video told a different story. And then, just when people thought things couldn't get messier, someone else added fuel to the fire. A friend of the cousin tweeted, and quickly deleted, something that caught everyone's attention. It said, "He was always around. Don't act surprised now." Fans screenshotted immediately, and within minutes, it was everywhere. It sounded like confirmation, like this wasn't a new thing, like the cousin and Iman had been close for a long time, maybe too close. People started wondering if this was the real reason behind Teyana and Iman's final split. Not just growing apart, not just the pressure of the spotlight, but something deeper, something more personal. And suddenly, everything started to make sense. Iman filing for divorce alone, Teyana's cryptic posts, the cold silence between them. Maybe this wasn't just a failed relationship. Maybe this was a betrayal that had been bubbling under the surface for years. And this video? This was just the match that lit the fire. It also changed how people saw Iman. Up until now, he had mostly been seen as the calm one, the private one, the one who stayed out of drama.
But now
he looked like someone who had been playing both sides. Smiling on camera, co-parenting peacefully, liking throwback photos of Teyana, while maybe being a little too friendly with someone she trusted. It was a messy, uncomfortable shift. And it made fans start looking at him differently. Some were heartbroken. They felt betrayed right alongside Teyana. Others were furious. They wanted answers, explanations. Something, anything to make this all make sense. But Iman didn't say a word. Neither did the cousin. The only thing that happened next was that the cousin made her Instagram account private.
just like that.
No apology. No statement. Just locked the doors and disappeared. Which, of course, only made things worse. Because going silent in the middle of a scandal doesn't make people forget. It makes them dig deeper. And that's exactly what fans did. They went back through years of posts, comments, likes, trying to find more proof. Anything that connected the dots. And they found just enough to keep the fire going. A birthday post from 2 years ago, where the cousin called Iman my favorite person. A comment from Iman under a photo of her in a swimsuit, saying fire, 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 which now felt wildly inappropriate. A video from a party where they were dancing together. At the time, it seemed like innocent fun. Now, it looked suspicious. It was like watching a puzzle come together, piece by piece. And with every piece, the picture got uglier. People even started making timelines, trying to figure out when Teyana and Iman's relationship really ended. If there was overlap. If Teyana had been blindsided by something she thought was just a bad vibe, but turned out to be something much worse. And the question that kept coming up again and again was, did Teyana know? Did she always have a feeling? Was this video confirmation of what she had suspected for a long time? Or was she truly blindsided? Just like the rest of us? Her silence was doing all the talking. Because when someone gets betrayed by a stranger, they get angry. But when someone gets betrayed by family, they go quiet. That deep kind of quiet that hurts more than yelling ever could. Teyana didn't need to name names. She didn't have to. That one quote about loyalty told the entire story. And the fact that she deleted recent pictures of that cousin right after the video surfaced, that said everything we needed to know. Whatever happened behind the scenes, whether it was emotional, physical, or just deeply disrespectful, Teyana clearly felt crossed. And when trust breaks in a family, it doesn't just crack, it shatters. So now, the question becomes, where does this go next? Does Iman eventually speak up? Does the cousin try to clear her name? Does Teyana finally drop the full truth? Or does this all stay buried under silence and suspicion? No one knows for sure. But what we do know is that a 10-second video just turned a broken relationship into a full-blown scandal. That Iman and Teyana's fragile peace is now hanging by a thread. And that sometimes the people closest to you are the ones who cut the deepest. This wasn't just a mistake. It was a moment. A messy, raw, revealing moment that showed us how complicated love, loyalty, and family can really be. And whether it was a misunderstanding or something more dangerous hiding in plain sight, one thing is clear. The silence that follows betrayal? It's never quiet for long. So now we watch. We wait. We listen for the next clue, the next post, the next twist. Because when it comes to Teyana, Iman, and the cousin who posted one video too many, this story isn't over yet.